accomplished in their rookie season.
Junior, tapestries. This is a castle, isn't it?
This is a castle, and we have many.
We're doing this for the Algora screenshot.
I am Mickey Mouse. Will you take it easy?
All right, we should be good.
Junior? Yes, sir. Do you think my son would do that to you if I bring my diary all the way back here?
You didn't, did you? You didn't bring it, did you?
Well, you did. Should have mailed it to the Mox. Will you take it easy? Take it easy. I came here to save you. Oh, yeah? And who's gonna come to save you? Junior, I told you.
All right, let me pop out the chat for YouTube.
Junior, don't call me Junior. Don't call me Junior. Junior. That belongs in a museum. So do you. This should be in a museum. Junior. That belongs in a museum. So do you.
He's giving out to Marcus Brody.
Marcus? Didn't drag to Marcus, did you? He's not. He's challenged.
You'll find him. The hell you will. 2-day head start on him, which is more than he needs. Bro, he's got friends in every town and village. Blend in, disappear, you'll never see him.
All right, should be good.
Tickets, please.
No ticket. Colonel! Ready to go down? Jonesy's getting away! Yeah, Donovan! Not that Joe, the other Joe! Ready to go down in
history.
But I want the Grail itself. The cup that gives everlasting life. Grail is mine. You're going
All right, so looking at where we left off yesterday, right? This is a big part of it. So that needs work.
You have chosen wise. You chose one. You have chosen wise.
Junior? Dad? What is it? Junior?
That's his name. Henry Jones Jr. Henry Jones Jr.
Like Indiana. We named the dog Indiana.
And yeah, inside of this filter section needs work.
Henry Jones
Looks like we did fix that on the transactions page, but I think it's broken over here. And yeah, it's a bit slow. Yeah, so we still got to fix that page. So let's do it for transactions first. Yeah, that might be it.
Henry Jones Jr.
Junior?
Yeah, I think they split it out at one point. And yeah, that is probably it. So keep in mind, with Mantine 4, we didn't need that, right? So just remember, Zerk, we're updating from 4 to 7. So they've done some major things, such as splitting those out into separate libraries. Splitting them out into separate CSS. So that's actually the issue. I like our footer. Pretty pumped on it, actually. Yep, there we go. All right, so now we just got to fix this button. Why not? It's just a font. You can read it, can't you? How about this? Hold on. Have you ever seen a smoother thick arrow in your life? I don't think you have. All right, so how's your code gonna flow if your font doesn't flow? I think you're massively incorrect with that statement. What part do you actually need monospacing for in your editor? Right, your spaces are actually monospaced, so indentation's fine. Are you doing this? Right, hold on. Are you lining up colons? Right? This is the only time that, like, monospacing would be important. Are you sitting there lining up colons? If so, don't do that. Right? Leave lining up colons to the scientist from the Human Centipede. I'm just having fun with it. I like making that joke. Yeah. But also, like, it wouldn't if you don't have a monospaced font because these characters aren't the same length. So notice how I will never be able to make these actually line up. But here's my question to you. Does that actually matter? I actually posit that it doesn't. No. What I'm saying is, like, this, like, slight being off. Does that actually matter? No. Right? Do you need pixel perfection when lining up your colons? I don't think you do. I disagree. I totally disagree, Mark. Now, stop blaming some condition. This is in your head. This is you making something up. Your ADHD actually doesn't care. If you want to blame it, go for it, but it doesn't. You know it doesn't. But I also just don't like people throwing around excuses for things by blaming some condition that is actually totally unrelated. I don't like people throwing, like, even if you use the word OCD there, I would have still deleted it because it's just, I don't like it being thrown around. I'm sorry, but yeah, we're not going to do that here. You want to call yourself obsessive, go for it. But don't blame a condition for it. Especially if you don't have it. But even if you do, I don't want other people doing so either. Yes, this is TypeScript, but close enough. All right, so the font on this page for our filtering. Boom. Yeah, so list filters is actually where we do that. Nice. We actually have that component. Let's go mess with it. So yeah, sorry, Marmalade. Just, you know, I delete that command or that type of message from everyone. I'm going to enforce it evenly. No, I think I'm doing just my own custom styling. As an example, if you go look at the rows, Right? I'm just doing like an even prefix. No, that's fine. We can go look at their tables just to double check if it's something I want to use. I don't know if I gain much from using their like stuff. Yeah, they do stripes, but it's like it's one CSS class. Like, I don't care. And right now we see that it's not default. Right? Sticky header. That's actually really easy too. It is easy enough, right? So I don't know. We'll consider if I want to refactor to using their table stuff. I don't know if I gain much from it. Well, that's not bad though. Yeah, writing selection myself would be a bit more work. But we'd have to do that anyway. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't think we gain much from it. Yeah, so that filters button. That's really the big part we care about. That makes sense. Oh, I forgot we had the page filter, for page filter stuff there too. So here we go. This is the button. Class name BG White. Let me go look at their subtle button again. No, that's what we're in the process of doing right now, right? This button, during the update, now has this line going through it. So we're still doing the fixes. That's fine. Why is that? Group is just for button groups. Basically. So you mean inside here in the filters. Got it. Honestly, it'd be so easy just to do space between. Yeah, we could also just do justify flex center. Yeah, some of the things they have are just CSS. So I have no problem just doing the CSS part. Yeah, I think the big thing, Zerk, is backseating is fine when it's focused on the thing I'm actually doing. And what I'm actually doing right now is this button. Anything else is totally outside of scope, right? We're task-oriented here. Trying to think, would we be better off switching to a different button? Because I do like the blue. I just don't want it to be transparent. Yeah, I think we can just do the hover. Yeah, I think that looked better. Oh, and yeah, hold on. Our token is invalidated. Yeah, I like it. All right, so that looks fine. Do I actually want to give it some more, like, spacing? I think we're fine. All right, so now we can actually start thinking about the filters. Me election soon? Me election will probably be a long time. Yeah, but I think me election, the big problem with it to me is that it's an app. And building an app requires a lot of, like, intention from your users. Whereas, like, we ended up needing to build out the web app version of it. And then once we have the web app version of it, well, why do we even need the app version? Certain things benefit from being an app. I don't know if Me Election benefits from being an app. It could just be a PWA. Or just a web app. So yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of React Native. I hate dealing with the app stores. People now expect an app in the App Store? I'm not so sure about that. A lot of people are hesitant to actually download a new app. Which one, Four Wheel? Mine or Abdu's? Because, yeah, I could be totally off base. I know I am hesitant to download a new app, so, yeah, I'm speaking just from experience there. So I could be wrong. Are you saying to Abdu, not his? No, I'm kidding. I'm just saying it's a little confusing. Yeah, anyone's first experience with Me Election would either be from a text message going out to them or an email notification, at which point they just click a button, and if they launch up the app, they're already in and using it, right? Whereas if you click and then they have to download an application, they're 2 or 3 steps away from actually having it, right? And the less amount of clicks, the more likely it is to succeed. Installing a PWA in iOS is actually really straightforward. You just add it to home screen. That's fine, Abdi. I think the idea of maintaining both is a terrible, terrible developer experience, though. And I think a web app is absolutely required for initial usage, right? To get people even interested in the app. You're going to have to make someone go through 3 or 4 steps to do it. Then you're going to turn off a lot of people. Like, they're just not going to download the app unless there's a really legitimate reason to do so. And you don't know you need it or want to use it until you've actually messed with it once. No, so Itavalon, think about it this way. A web app is an actual application. A website is like a brochure. A website is like a book or a magazine. A web application is something on the web that does app stuff. Think linear. Think anything you have to log into, basically. Besides e-commerce. And even then, e-commerce is a light web app. The dashboard for an e-commerce store is absolutely a web app. Yeah, no, that's not the distinction. Browser already infers HTTP, right? Web is the HTTP part. App versus site is the purpose of the thing. Web already implies HTTP and HTML and all that junk. That's fine. Oh, I want to fix that one thing real quick. What's up, Castadev? How you doing? Alright, so we gotta apply similar fixes to the accounts page. One thing I want to do real quick is in our app shell, we are doing this margin bottom 20. I think it's just 19. I basically, yeah, way better. I just didn't want this part actually growing when we got there. We can let it stretch, sure, but I didn't want it growing. Perfect. And yeah, happy Tuesday. Yeah, how's everyone doing? What are y'all up to today? More music time, huh? Let's pop open an album we haven't heard for a while. Oh yeah, Arcus for sure. Here we go. Yeah, this album's great. You're building a new NAS box. Nice. Today was peaceful in customer support. Nice. One dedicated day of ticket resolution. Nice. Just double checking that this sorting works, and it does. Sweet. Just want to double check our, you know, like none of the filtering or anything broke. And the back end is pretty stable, so yeah, it should be good. Let's say the minimum amount. Does that work? So 40. Oh, so yeah, the amount filtering does not work. So we'll have to do that. Yeah, searching probably doesn't make much sense now. But let's try some date stuff. Ooh, so the calendar might not be wired up. Okay. Yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, so I think we've got something wrong there. We do see date range. No. No. So wait a minute, where are we even setting that date range value? Ah, right here. Yep, okay, so then here, start date name, end date name. That's it. So that event value has changed. Oh, interesting. So I bet there's a different component for that now. It might be like date picker range or date range picker. Type equals multiple. That's what's missing. I don't remember what that part was even for. It's because we're having to emulate AWS Lambda, basically. So wait. Why are we not able to set that range? Oh, I love this song. Oh, okay, hold on. So yeah, we're only getting event and date range. No, it's type equals multiple. I think. Maybe it is range. Hold on. Oh, you're right. Hold on. Dates range. It is type range. Good call. My bad. And what's up, Teach? How you doing? Yeah, good point. Wonder what the multiple is for then. So yeah, we still weren't getting that set, but I think I know why. Okay. Okay. That should come back with just one. And it does. So our date range filtering is working. The maximum is not, I think. Yeah, good call, Abdu. Well, oh. Oh. That's even more interesting. We should be... Oh, hold on. It's because of our date range. Interesting. So we've got something wonky about how the range stuff is working. Okay. So our search is, like, somewhat good. I almost want to change, like, where the hover is happening, but that is something for not today. All right, let's continue going to the accounts page here. Because the accounts page, we're going to need to fix these menus. Yep. Oh, and hold on. Before I go too far, let's see if we can get rid of some of these menus. And then label here. Label does not exist. Placeholder does not exist. I think that makes sense. And I don't think we end up needing range anymore then either. Alright. But yeah, we'll just do this since we're not using them. And yeah, let's fix some more like the red in here. We can't fix that button one. That's definitely a build issue. Start value name, end value name. And that could be a big part of what our issues might be as well. Oh, yeah. No, so these are importable. It's working, but TypeScript is yelling at us about it, and that's fine. I forgot. Yeah, those aliased imports are broken right now, which is super annoying. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Pull out all of those types. Cool. So we're getting those types exported. We probably need to make sure we bring them in over here. Yep. Oh, but we haven't imported that yet. Cool. More music though. This one's short, but it's a good one. Okay, so it looks like I need that. Must list all files or use an include pattern. Think I might need to make the path better. Not sure that's actually a flaw. It could just be TypeScript yelling at us again. List filters does not provide an export, and we're doing that in accounts. And we got a bunch of unused imports. But yeah, how you doing, Mr. Faberdev? What are you up to as well? Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you hanging. Yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, that was alright. Well, what else do we need here? Min balance and search params. That's an any issue that we'll have to get here eventually. Is that one of the bots? Definitely a bot. Alright, paper we leave, link we leave, link, link, link. Menu items, yep, they stay the same. Button. What is this now? FW? Yeah. Button, button. All right. So we're good with some of that. Our next step then is in this menu, and hold on, let me get more music going. I keep picking short albums. I'm okay with it though. All right, so here in this menu, I want to grab that from transactions. All right, let's try this. Will it blend? No, it did not. What's our failure? Oh, settings log has it. Hey, there we go. All right, a little bit of progress. Oh, and hey, thank you for the Twitter follow there, Teach. Appreciate that. Ooh, we still got failure. Action icon is not defined. Yep. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I love streaming, so thank you for being here. Oh. One's not being used there yet. We are going to use it here. Right, so now that page should load. But I think over in settings log, we're going to have this menu issue as well. Maybe not. We might not actually have a menu on the settings change log. We don't. Yeah, never mind. Cool. Let's fix this everywhere. Quick fix, delete all unused imports. Boom. That one we can leave, but we may want to fix it. That one we'll have to fix eventually. And then, yeah, man. Cannot be used as a JSX component. This is definitely like a type mismatch. Right? Like our types are no good. Oh, and I forgot. All right, so there's definitely going to be some stuff that we want to fix more of. Yeah, but I think we're at least like navigable. Right? A lot more work to do. I think that endpoint is failing, though. And, ooh, our songbot's down? Good call. But yeah, this one, I like this song. Yeah, this one's good. I didn't realize the name, though. Reach for the Czars, not reach for the stars. I did not know that. Yeah, so what's up with that fetch request? Our transactions daily. At least fix a couple of these errors if we can. Yeah, I'd say that's good. Okay, so on the overview, and this is where our data fetching probably needs a lot of work. I forgot we had these jokes. You may not like it, but this is what peak types looks like.
What were you looking at in the window?
Nope.
Machine gun? I'd like to have one. You cock the gun, you wind up in the slammer for a long stretch. Your knives are bad. Even knives are bad. This one right here. Pigs pick you up. You throw it in the gutter. DA's got no case.
Ooh, and I think we're using victory on this project. I think I forgot about that.
Use a knife.
Just keep them and add a few more. Yeah, duh.
I'm smashing them out. With this, and they got a $4,000 dentist bill. Are you reading me, man?
No, this is VS Code.
What are we gonna do with the machine gun? Use it.
So account service gets stats and transaction service gets stats. So then if we go look at it, which card are we looking for? Transactions daily. This is the one that's no good to us. Oh, and I think I know what the issue is there. So components, utils, card with line graph. Oh, but these are being used. Let's see if we have to do that. Alright, so basically we show the loading if we get a data.length. Okay, so now we see line chart there. Yes, this ends up just being, oh, and we want this, that. I'm doing that wrong. We want this one to be triple equals. Now, do we have a height on this line chart? We do. Okay, like a glove. But you know what? That's actually just a flaw in the data that's coming back. Yeah, hold on. So if we look at this endpoint, when we get stats from transaction stats, we go look at preview here, right? We can see monthly, and we can set it to 0. Oh, I guess let's look at account stats. Yeah, so really, that's a flaw in our endpoint. Okay. So, one thing I want to do, though, real quick, is I'm going to use the restroom. And I'd say we're about ready for a beverage. So yeah, right when I get back from the bathroom, we will have a beverage, and I will see you in just a sec. 1 second. Ooh, that bass line from the Disney Plus theme song really hit. So how's everyone doing? Oh, and I missed some follows. My bad. So yeah, Ronchino and Cedric. Thank you for the follows. Welcome. How y'all doing? Ooh, and I just want to say the poor man's 8 sleep that I got, pretty solid. What was it, Adamson? Yeah, the Adamson B10 bed cooling system. So, much cheaper than an 8 sleep. It is not like the full mattress size, it's only like a twin size. And it does take a little bit to like really kick up. But yeah, like, you know, definitely chills by at least like 7 to 12 degrees, I think. It's pretty accurate. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Like, you can definitely like feel it underneath you a little bit. But yeah, for being an order of magnitude cheaper, it's pretty good. Yeah, and keep in mind, it's not perfect. It's only a twin size, but it does have like elastic to put around the corners of your bed to keep it from like slipping around. So if you're like sleeping solo in a bed, it's probably worth it. Again, it's massively cheaper. And I got mine through Amazon, so you could also get it quicker. I'm not sure how quickly they ship. They say 2 to 5. You know, Amazon, you can get it overnight. But yeah, just like a little bit of extra cooling goes a long way. But yeah, I would say try and like kick it on before you're like ready to go to bed. That way it's like circulated and cooled before you're hopping into it. Eight Sleep is massively way too expensive, but I think it's better. Like 8 Sleep can cool way more. And I think it's a thicker pad, and like there's a lot to that. There are more expensive ones, but like the ones I saw were like massively more expensive. I think, wasn't Medea, there was some other brand that has like a very similar system, but theirs was like 400 or 500, and I wasn't ready to pull that trigger. So this unit right here takes water and pumps it through the mattress pad thing, and there's a bunch of tubes in there, right? So it's just like circulating water to help cool you down between like you and your mattress. And 7 to 12 degrees can be pretty awesome for sleeping at night. Again, it's not perfect and you might feel it under you, so you may end up returning it, but $170 is an easier try than the $500 one or the $2,000 8 Sleep. But, you know, for it being so much cheaper, there's going to be obvious reasons why it could be better, right? So, something to consider. Just throwing it out there as an option. Ooh, and yeah, we'll talk about Tigress a little bit when we get there. So yeah, 1 second. Because yeah, we are evaluating a banner system for Algora. And I should have shouted out a few more of their things today. And we got time for it. But yeah, how do y'all feel about like the banner ads below? Right? Like at the bottom of the screen over there? Have they been obtrusive? Are they okay with you? I am getting paid to test them out. I should be shouting them out even more. You don't even notice them anymore? Okay. Well, I don't think that's ideal. So yeah, at some point, like working in some way of like talking through and understanding them might be worthwhile. Oh no, you would see them, right? So in about 2 minutes, right? It's like every 10 minutes. You should see them here on Twitch, unless I messed up. Yeah, exactly. Technically, I would have evaluated it for them anyway. Just because, yeah, I like the people from Algora. I think they're really cool. And yeah, so anyone who's maybe just getting here, what are y'all up to today? Anything fun? So yeah, there's the one for fly.io. I feel like it's fairly unobtrusive. Yeah, it's like super quick. Yeah, I think it would be nice to maybe even make the timer configurable with like a programmed in minimum. That way, maybe if I'm willing to show it for a minute instead of 30 seconds, it can just do that. But yeah, so in about 10 minutes, we'll talk about Tigress. And yeah, I would appreciate some good discussion around it. Just as part of like the demo process. That way it's nice and clippy. But yeah, so we might be pretty good on the port process. I would say I want to commit what we've done. Still got to figure out why we're getting this like cannot be used as a JSX component. But I want to fiddle with that as a separate task. Let's bring a bunch of this stuff up. ordering these these imports is probably not necessary, but I still like to do it. Oh, and we switched to recharts instead of victory. I think this might have been the project we ran into victory issues with. I know we ran into it recently with when we were doing our blog post about, what was it? Our blog post about the hashing algorithm stuff. It's not something that Prettier would do, but there is an extension. However, I think it would just sort the imports by like their name or something, rather than being able to understand if like, you know, we're importing from a third party, which is really what I'm doing up here, versus my own monorepo stuff. You know, like icons, I don't mind putting like all the way at the bottom, things like that. So we could do it, but I like grouping them like semantically more so than like alphabetically. And a lot of like the auto sort import stuff for TypeScript or JavaScript, it's basically just all alphabetical. So I find that less useful, because I don't care about the alphabetical nearly as much as I care about the semantics of like which ones they are. I do think that was a great question though. Right, but does it make sense, like, why I'm doing this at least? I don't think it matters. You probably shouldn't care about the order of your imports. You probably shouldn't. It's wasted effort. It's like trying to line up colons. Boom, roasted. Do you mean for this specific project, or do you mean for, like, projects in general? Ah, okay. So, as far as that, like, break it down. Like, no matter what, you're going to have to pick something first, typically, right? And the way you do that is going to be different from project to project, even sometimes. But yeah, it's the general process of just, you know, if you get assigned a ticket at work, right? Like a larger ticket, and it's an 8 story point thing, you're typically going to want to break that up. So you break it up into its smaller parts. And then maybe from there, you maybe even break up some of those smaller parts into smaller parts. And you just keep going in that aspect of it. So, right, like let's just say we're going to use this section as like just a fake planning document, right? And the goal is, let's just say if we wanted to build Waltr from scratch. So Waltr from scratch. And let me get more music going. Well, bare minimum, I need an API. I need the dashboard. I need a marketing site. Boom, so there's those 3 pieces. And then you get to decide which one you want to work on first. I think in many cases, the dashboard doesn't make sense without the API, but you can totally get started on a marketing site first. So it would either be marketing site first or API versus dashboard. And when we think about the marketing site, well, then we start breaking it out into pages like home. Let's see, what would the next one be? We'd have documentation. Contact/support, maybe, right? And we don't even have all of these yet, but I'm just like brainstorming, right? For the API, you'd have something like, you know, an overview. Right? Actually, no, overview, that's for our dashboard. you would have auth, right? Like sign up /login type endpoints. You would need to create user endpoints for like user metadata. For Waltr stuff, we'd have the idea of transactions and accounts, which is different from users, right? We'd have the idea of like businesses. And really, accounts are a part of businesses. Users can tie to accounts. Transactions are nested within businesses too. And you just start like doing this planning. In fact, before I even started doing this API part, right, and like thinking about what the endpoints would be, I would identify what the database schema would need to look like, right? That's typically my first step for building out a backend, right? Figure out what the database schema is that we would need. And then your database schema kind of dictates what your endpoints are going to look like. So what I'm doing right here is already kind of like thinking towards my schema before I'm thinking about like the endpoints. So instead, like maybe it's schema, and then these are nested. You know. Yeah, no worries. I think outlining. Oop. I need to fix the floorboards underneath me. But yeah, outlining is a really good practice, and you know, you try and get like one level done before you start drilling deeper, which I definitely messed up with for a few of these. But that's the basic gist. So then here for the dashboard, same idea. We would have a, you know, like auth pages and public pages, right? Public versus gated. So then, for public, we would go, well, let's make sure we have a login page, a sign up page, right? That might be all we need for now until we think about it more. Then the gated stuff, well, yeah, that's like the overview, our accounts, transactions, settings. So boom, we already have like a general gist of the pages that we want. And then from there, we can start drilling deeper. Well, yeah, for settings, we also need a settings log, right, for who updated stuff. We may want to do like a user settings, but it seems maybe user settings is separate. So let's just bring that back down a bit. You know, like, yeah, you just start like listing out all the things that you need. And I would say that you don't need to be overly strict about this process for side projects. For work projects that need like other stakeholders involved and for people to understand what the scope of your like budgeting and timelines might be and things like that, well then yeah, you need like a far more complete plan. So like the context in which you're needing to do some of this planning will change as well. This is fairly generic at this point. Yeah, like... Oh, do I need to turn this into a book that I sell on Gumroad? Nah, I'll just turn it into a YouTube video. We'll make it free. It'll be a blog post I make too. Then bam boom. Done. Sing it on Humble Bump. There you go. But yeah, you know, like, nailed it. For my own side projects, I do often kind of just like I kind of have a lot of this in my head already. So I don't need to document most of this. And then I just do it as we need it. So yeah, for side projects, I don't go too overboard on planning. But, you know, your mileage may vary. Ooh, and hold on. I missed the timing of the Tigress ad. You know, if you want to, like, edit this a bit, right? Who here has actually used Tigress before? Because I don't think I was actually familiar with what they even do, right? Like the S3 compatible object storage. Is this for storing, like, images and, like, data blobs? Or is this more for storing, like, stuff that you would want to query later? So data storage, okay. Yeah, anyone here actually used it? Yeah, no worries there, Bob Ross. I do make great background noise while you're working. Oh, so I think I get it now. All right. So you'd still use like the same SDKs, etc., but they might be massively cheaper than just raw S3. So data transfer is free. Does that include egress? Wow, if this is free egress, that's actually huge. Oh, it did say free egress and I missed it? Oh. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, 0 egress fees right there. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Wow, I should have actually considered this for, like, storing the models for one of my other projects, right? Like the whisper.cpp models. Ooh, okay. So then looking at pricing, right? Data storage, they just charge you for the amount that you're storing. And I would have been storing maybe 2 gigabytes, so it would cost me 4 pennies a month. Now, there would be GET requests. I'm wondering if these GET requests need to be done in more of a, like, back-end API keyed way, or if you could actually just expose things publicly. And the free tier, hugely reasonable. Can you share buckets? I don't know. Do you charge for unauthorized access? They do not charge for unauthorized requests to the buckets. Right, okay, so your GET request would still be like back-end focused. So, okay, this is just a slightly different use case. This is not like a, you know, something that you would be fetching from the client side, necessarily. When they say S3 API compatibility, do we see pre-signed post, etc.? Or pre-signed URL stuff? Okay. So they don't have the pre-signed stuff. Can you have multiple buckets? Oh, I would assume so, yeah. Yeah, right? Like creating buckets. Yep, you can have multiple buckets for sure. You can even do a public bucket. Oh, okay. Okay. And then, yeah, core stuff. Okay, no, this is huge. Yeah, this totally would have worked for our use case. Free tier would have totally nailed it for us. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is huge. Yeah, I was not aware that Tigress was doing this much. And I think we know someone who works there. Who was that? Is that Soy Pete? Does Soy Pete work at Tigress? Really cool. Ooh, incremental. This is actually really nifty. I love that incremental migration idea. Yeah, without any downtime, right? So you're not turning off the other bucket. You're slowly just like migrating. So here's how it works. When you upload a new object to the Tigress bucket, it is first uploaded to the shadow bucket and then copied to the Tigress bucket. This ensures that your data is always available in the shadow bucket and is eventually consistent in the Tigress bucket. When you request an object, they first check to see if the object exists in the Tigress bucket. If it does, they just return it, and if it doesn't, they check the shadow bucket and return the object from there. Then they copy the object to the Tigress bucket so that it's available for future requests. They get stored in the region closest to the user. Nice. And when you delete an object, it's deleted from Tigress as well as the shadow bucket. Dude, that's huge. So yeah, migrating off S3 could be really good. I'm wondering, how do you analyze how much stuff you have left to migrate? And once that hits like a certain level, like how do you just like trigger that process yourself? And yeah, it seems very like Fly.io focused, right? Natively integrated. It runs on Fly.io hardware. Okay. It's actually really cool. Yeah, this looks like a fantastic user experience. Anyone here planning on giving it a shot? Because the pricing looks incredibly reasonable, especially the free tier. I'd say the only reason you might not want to use it is because I don't see any support for like pre-signed posts or pre-signed URLs. And yeah, like maybe that's something they'll end up doing eventually, or maybe it's just not in scope. Ooh, they do support AWS Signature v4. So you could use pre-signed URL. This is one of the first like S3 compatibles I've seen that supports Signature v4. That's awesome. I don't think Backblaze does. I think there's a few that don't. So yeah, them adding pre-signed URL at some point actually seems really doable if they're already supporting v4 of the signature. Looks like they already do. Interesting. I would love to actually see that in these docs, right? Oh, so it's just the get signed URL. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I think that would be huge. I feel like that should have been more discoverable. It has an SDK. You'd end up just using the AWS SDK, and then you just assign the endpoint for the client to Tigress instead. So you end up following the same process you would with AWS in general, which I think is nice, right? Like, you know, it's not improving the process compared to something like Upload Thing, but it ends up just being like the same thing, so you're not learning something new either. So if you've ever done this yourself, it's not that big a deal. It's not that hard. Yeah. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, good find. Yeah, I actually like the idea of just reusing their SDKs. I think Upload Thing is smart in the way they're like abstracting out the APIs and making that experience better. I think that is totally smart. But also, like, it's a different use case. I think Tigress is more focused on just getting people off S3. No, this is smart. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about like when I could actually use it. I guess here's another thing. Do they support like S3 Select? And that might be a no stick. Oh, wait. S3 Select is no longer supported? Oh. Oh, and hey, what's up? How you doing, Hausa and Abdu? Thank you for chiming in over on YouTube. What y'all up to? We're just currently evaluating Tigress and checking stuff out. I didn't realize that S3 Select was actually sunset. Looks like they just did it. Oh. Just in price, you think DigitalOcean is better? DigitalOcean charges for egress, don't they? I mean, you're paying $5 a month minimum. I would say really double check that, Mr. Faberdev. The free tier on Tigress is free. It's maybe only 5 gig, but it's free. And you're not limited on transfer. So for $5 a month, you're at 250 gigs. If we look at the pricing on Tigress, right, at 2 cents per gigabyte, and that's over the 5. So let's say 245. You're looking at $4.90. So they're about equal when it comes to the gigabytes that you're storing. But the fact that there is 0 egress fees, that is hard to beat. Because even a terabyte could be chewed up quicker than you think it would be, especially due to abuse. Right now, we're just looking at DigitalOcean and Tigress. And we're just evaluating these things for the sake of evaluating them. I don't need any of them, but I think it was at least worth checking. And last I checked, this one was also not pre-signed URL capable with a signature v4. So let's double check that now. Yeah, exactly, X Factor. I mean, yeah, 100%. Yep. So I could definitely migrate that at some point. I would save a whole $2 a month, but yeah, it's still worth it. Okay, so yeah, they've at least updated to signature v4, so you could limit file sizes. So that's one of the biggest, most important things to recognize when evaluating an S3 compatible layer. If they don't support signature v4, then they need to support pre-signed post instead of pre-signed URL. And the reason for that is you need to be able to limit the amount of data someone is actually sending. Because, you know, what if they try and upload terabytes worth of data? You're then on the hook for storing that, right? So even if, like, you know, data transferred in is free, you're still paying for what's actually stored in the box or whatever, right? So at a terabyte, you're looking at 20 bucks for a single terabyte stored. If someone wants to be a real jerk, they could overload you with many, many terabytes and your storage costs go through the roof. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I think the S3 compatible things are not great at, right? If we look at Backblaze, I'm pretty sure they are not signature v4. Could have changed since I last looked at it. Oh, they support v4 now too. All right, so they've updated. That's great. That's huge. Yeah, most of the providers I've looked at previously were not v4 compatible, but this is also maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, a lot of these are actually worthwhile now. Totally doable if you know how to do pre-signed URL. Yeah, a lot of these providers are probably worth it. And then what about like Cloudflare? Let's double check Cloudflare. Yeah, I can't seem to find any docs on if R2 is signature v4 compatible. So yeah, that'd be worth looking at. So yeah, interesting stuff at least. But yeah, Tigress actually seems majorly useful for what we might be trying to do. They've got IAM and RBAC. Nice. We were just taking a look at Tigress. Like, has anyone out there actually used Tigress before? I'm really curious about that. Think of it as S3 compatible object storage, right? I believe it runs on fly.io, which means that you can have, like, you know, data all over the place. It has a pretty cool migration pattern, which is nifty. Yeah, this migration part is one of the most interesting things to me. Right? As your data is fetched, you know, you can migrate from your S3 to Tigress, but you still have like S3 as the backup. And yeah, like this whole process right here. Like really cool. Yeah, no worries. And yeah, you still use like the same AWS SDKs and all that stuff. So you're not having to learn a new SDK config or any of that. Like, yeah, that's really cool. Currently in a private beta. Ah, okay. Oh, do you guys? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Nice, and yeah, free egress. Like, that's huge. That's awesome. Have you always used it, or did you use their migration pattern too? From day one. Nice. Are you guys hosting on fly.io as well? Because that would make even more sense. But if not, then yeah, you are on fly.io. So yeah, the integration is just like, yeah, too good. And yeah, fly.io, like, I just love the fact that they employ Chris McCord. And like, you know, they're so like heavily indexed on Elixir stuff. I really enjoy Elixir, even though it's not statically typed or whatever. I think if you are going to be deploying Elixir services in general, fly.io is like the easiest way to do that. Besides maybe, oh, what's the other one? Gig Elixir. Dude, so expensive. Gig Elixir is totally not worth it. Huh? It's actually gotten cheaper. Okay. I think they recognized the writing was on the wall. But yeah. The amount of like memory you get. For $10 a month, you're getting 200 megs of RAM? With no database? Yeah, dude. So Gig Elixir, they're really just trying to make money off the fact that a lot of Elixir devs might not be familiar with actually hosting Elixir. But there's also power to it because you're no longer having to Dockerize, so you're not, like, you end up getting a lot of the Elixir nice stuff for free. You know, like, being inside of Docker, I believe it makes connecting Elixir nodes together trickier. I haven't done nearly as much of that, though. So yeah, I would definitely lean on people who are more experienced with, like, massive scale Elixir projects. But yeah, types are coming, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jose and team, like, really awesome stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I hope that worked, Wiz. You know, we can definitely chat more as the week goes on. And I'll probably keep the thing going for more than just the 5 days. Took less than half a day to set up. Yeah, like super easy. I used to really like Nanobox. Do you remember Nanobox? I was so upset at DigitalOcean for basically killing Nanobox. Yeah, no worries, man. DigitalOcean bought and killed Nanobox just to do their, I forget what they call it. Forget, like, app platform. And I'm pretty sure app platform still doesn't have Elixir support. But let's double check that. No, I don't want to sign up. I just want to see what you support. Yeah, see? So, yeah, like, I swear it's like 4, maybe 5 years down the line, and they still don't support Elixir. So yeah, they didn't even, like, bring their thing up to the level of Nanobox when they killed it. So yeah, I'm just so bummed. But yeah, okay, so back to what we're doing for this project. I'm going to... We're gonna add everything that is in here, like this folder. We're gonna have to look at a bit more as well. And yeah, 100%. I would reply deeper, but you know, I'm streaming, so yeah. But yeah, happy to hop on a call if you want to like chat more about what like some of the ideas I might have had yesterday that I was talking about for like some of these like in-depth conversations and how you would like extract that in some way, or at least like make it as part of the plan or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Like happy to discuss any of it with you. Just let me know. Okay, so I don't want to commit that. We probably do want to update our types, and we don't care about that in the app.arg. There we go. Yeah, just to reply with it there. Yeah, I do want to do the package JSON. I don't want to do the others. We do want to update color palette. And UI, I think. Actually, let's do a diff of these. We definitely want to do packages UI, so we'll just add that. That part I'm fine with, that part I'm fine with. Yep. And what's up, Thornity? How you doing? Yep, and we added sup. We do want to add the PNPM lock. Yeah, and that one's easy enough. Nice, Thornity. Yeah, let me just do the spiel for you real quick, right after I do this. And, oh, I'm so sorry, Abdu. Yes, Tigress is not a wrapper over S3. It's a S3 compatible, storage layer that's actually a wrapper over like fly.io instead. So yeah, sorry about that, Abdu. Hope you're still out there. Yes, fix, update, dashboard to use Vate instead of Webpack, and update team to the 7 with appropriate style and all right, so main and origin main are now in sync with each other and up to date. Perfect. And yeah, we haven't touched this in a year and 10 months, so being able to come back to it, it's pretty interesting, actually. It's also pretty interesting that Mantine moves that quickly through major versions. Okay, so Thornity, have you used DigitalOcean before? Because that makes this description way easier. Okay, so all I'm doing for the most part, right, as like the core business, is extracting out the functionality that DigitalOcean has for their wallet system. And I'm turning that into its own software as a service, basically. Like that, they are the direct inspiration for it. So the idea behind that is you would pay $20, you would have that as your balance, and then for usage-based things, depending on whatever your product is, right? This is a B2B software as a service. Your usage would get then calculated and deducted daily from your balance. So you as a business sending me updates to your like usage would be something like a user spins up a new droplet or a new VPS, wink. You would then send me an update of what their effective rate is. And that would be $5 a month. And if they kill it an hour later, they were billed at $5 a month, but prorated for just the hour that it was running, right? Yeah, this is definitely not going to be B2C. This is a B2B thing. But microtransaction style, we are also then capable of. If we're doing the prepaid balance thing, then yes, if you're making a game and someone buys $20 worth of BS coins for your game, they then just deduct from those when they do a transaction, right? So you're still only paying the fees for that initial like top up, and then you're using our APIs to deduct from it as users do that thing within your game. So yeah, I'm trying to scratch both itches. The usage-based thing is really like the bread and butter, because compared to other usage-based billing providers, most of them are not prepaid. Most of them are actually like invoiced. I think we did see one competitor that does both. But I think that one competitor is also really not set up for like smaller businesses. So in a similar way, like they're trying to grab the largest companies, right? The largest enterprises. Whereas I am more focused on like the smaller businesses, which I think there is more volume of, which means that there's more chance for us to like make money in the aggregate in a way that the other people just aren't trying to compete. And it's almost like the Dropbox versus Box approach, right? No, and I get that, Thornity. I think the big thing would be you as a business would then have to worry about like, well, how big of a purchase are you willing to allow? Do you want to do $150 as your like biggest top up amount, right? There's going to have to be something to that. And EA Sports has the same problem where you might spend $150 on their BS coins or whatever, their EA coins, and then you charge it back. Well, yeah, then they remove it from your account and now you are negative those coins or whatever, right? And you're not allowed to top up until... And the idea would be you do the chargeback, the user has already spent the coins, so then they go negative, and then at what point do you allow them to be negative while still using the service? So I have at least that as a threshold, but yeah, you need, like, it's really up to the business to decide if they want to allow someone to go negative by accident. Right? And that comes down to how much you're willing to take from them within a certain time frame, how much you're willing to allow them to charge back if it does mess up. So yeah, sometimes you're not worried about fees. I understand that. And that's where you would have to have like a minimum maximum set for like what you would allow people to top up by. Yeah. Like I totally understand that problem. I like to pride myself on thinking about ways to exploit systems, especially with regards to like, you know, chargebacks and some of those things. Like, yeah, I'm pretty happy that I've thought about that. And for the most part, within our dashboard, I don't remember where I have that set, and that's probably something I need to surface somewhere. Yeah, we don't have it here in the settings, but I do believe that when you do an initial account setup, we ask you how much you're willing to like let someone go overdrawn by before you start denying their requests. Right, so DigitalOcean might have a threshold of like, yeah, you can go negative $20 before we start cutting off your usage or turning off your services, right? Similar effect, similar idea. And maybe it's more time-based, but you'd still have to have some type of like cap. So yeah, a lot of stuff to consider there. But I don't know, I think it's a decent business idea, and I'd like to make it happen. Yes, I'm acting as the balance wallet, so payment providers would be its own selector. Stripe and PayPal are going to be the first two, then Paddle maybe, then like any of the others, whatever. The goal would be to allow you to switch between them however you see fit. I want to avoid like interacting with them as much as humanly possible, at least for the MVP. And then as like MVP grows, maybe we start like handling some of the communication with those for you. But I think there's enough stuff around using Stripe and PayPal beyond just the like the webhook and like proxying to them. Instead, yeah, when someone's balance gets low, who sends them the email, who handles that like low balance email sending stuff and deliverability and all that. So I think there's still a lot of value to providing those types of features rather than being deeply integrated with Stripe or PayPal. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain on like the payment provider aspect of this stuff yet. And that's what we'll have to like think more about. But via some library? No, it would be like code that we have to write ourselves. What I think we could especially do is offer some type of like configurable like UI widgets for people adjusting their own like sliders for usage. Stealing my idea, coding it faster and releasing it, sniping the idea from me. If you want to take the idea and steal it, go for it. Yeah, I'm still with Gitkraken, for sure. This is part of like the inventions that I listed that I totally own and they have no rights to kind of stuff. Like when you apply, when you get a new job. And there's like total white rooming between like work that I do for Gitkraken and, you know, like the work I do on stream. There's no such thing as patenting an idea, right? You can patent an implementation, but nothing about this implementation is patentable. Right? Patents are for like actual implementations and things like you can't just say like radio on the internet, patent pending, and actually expect to get a patent for that. You'd have to actually detail the mechanisms of radio on the internet, how that works, etc. Now there are a lot of BS patents out there, but thankfully a lot of the BS patents have been invalidated over the years, like the crazy taxi one. But no, so talent, yeah, for anything I've made, someone could take the idea, make it faster, and go to market. But you know what they're not going to have? My brain. You know? And if they couldn't come up with this idea themselves, they're probably not going to be capable of iterating on this idea. No, there's nothing I could patent about this. One-click purchase via wallet. So here's a big thing. Like, no, I'm not trying to be like a direct monetization strategy. What we're talking about here is a wallet within your app, not a wallet that you would use in a generic way. Right? Like link.com or something like this. Right? When you buy credits and they are in a wallet, it is unique to the business that is signed up and using the API through that. Because transferability of that stuff, no good, right? Like being able to add credits willy-nilly. You might want to, like, as a game, give people free credits because they did something in the game. I'm not going to foot the bill for giving them what amounts to actual money. Instead, it's only valuable within your micro, like, ecosystem, right? Within your micro market. I don't want to have anything to do with, like, full-on financial handling. This is really up to the business that is going B2B with me. They are responsible for the ethics and the laws around that stuff. If they end up implementing like a marketplace where users can transfer money between each other, they are the ones who are going to have their Stripe account shut off, right? Things like that. See, I want to directly avoid anything that would possibly run afoul of, you know, like anti-racketeering laws, right? Anti-money laundering laws. I don't think racketeering was the right word. Now, could it pivot that way in the future with a bunch of investment? Maybe. But I think for now, I want to focus on the core business of allowing someone's wild and wacky web game to have its own, like, cosmetic store. All right, someone's Twitch bot or whatever to be, like, usage based or like micro, like, transactional based upon, like, messages in their chat kind of stuff or something. Does that, you know, make my niche a little bit more narrow? Possibly. But that's another thing there. Talent. Like, basically, you can steal an idea, but you can't steal vision. Whether my vision is actually valuable, I don't know. But that is something that is purely just here. Nobody else has it. Ideas are very cheap. Like, look at it this way. If you are a startup founder and you are pitching your idea to investors, never, ever, ever make them sign an NDA. Unless they want to, like, dig real deep into the code or something. No investor is going to take you seriously for an idea that you have an NDA for. Never going to happen, right? And you might have the theory in your head that, oh man, but they're so rich, they could just take my idea and have some other company, like, build it. Proper investors hear thousands of ideas. Do you think your idea is really that much better than the thousands of other ideas they've heard within the year? No. Right? And it's just not worth their time. There you go. You'll have to train a bot on CM Griffing. You'll have to get that bot real high. So did I get the idea of this project based off of a situation that happened to me? So I've used DigitalOcean for ages for various things, and I've always been like really stoked on their process. Every time they send me a message saying I'm getting low, I go and top up, and I like that process way better than like a standard subscription. Sure. Yeah, exactly, Bob, right? Yeah. I could definitely see that being a thing, right? Like paid access to certain blog posts, right? Sure. Now, I still think the person making that plugin would be the business I'm talking to, rather than like the individual blogs. So yeah, Bob, I totally agree. I think there's a lot of use cases for this. And I don't think the WordPress plugin author would be able to consider some of the competitors within this space because they are focused on enterprises. And, you know, a goofy little WordPress plugin wouldn't be enough volume for them until it becomes enough volume for them. I also basically built this out for the chat overlay below because I was thinking about turning that into a business before the hard drive it was on died, and I lost like a year's worth of work. Like all of that monetization work, actually. We had a really cool like slider system for adjusting how many like emotes you wanted to have, how big the emotes could be, and then we were doing like calculation based on that. Like we had a pretty cool system built out for that. Then that hard drive died, and then I decided, well, yeah, you know what I could really do? Pivot a bit and take that billing that we were building out and make it like applicable to other things I want to build as well. So I plan on dog fooding Waltr into a bunch of other things I think. No, I did not get a new Mac Mini yet. It is sweating. I think I'm waiting for the M4s at this point. Just to see if we get an updated M4. Have I developed with Java before? Only limited Java stuff. I've done some Kotlin and yeah, I've just done Kotlin. I think I've done like a very small amount of Java before. Like in college or something, but the college I went to was more of a C# school. Like once you got beyond like the first class. The first class was Java, but it didn't even tell you what the language is because it was like a make the robot move, like
a high-speed
beginner
race across
thing.
frozen lakes that requires exceptional paddling skills
But yeah,
and
thank you for the sub. Welcome.
Their greatest play was during the International Frozen Waters Championship, where Ikikul skillfully maneuvered their canoe through a perilous patch of breaking ice, maintaining speed and balance to overtake their rivals in the last stretch and clinch the gold medal.
Yeah, no worries, Thornity. You could always just leave a lurk while I continue to work on this stuff, but totally up to you. No stress.
Figure in the ice canoeing world.
Ice canoeing, though. Hardcore there, Ryback. And yeah, thank you for that sub. I appreciate you. What up, Ash? How you doing? All right, so we got way more work to do, but I'm thinking our next step is I want to I want to pivot the web from Next.js to Astro. Oh, there you go, Bob. Playing around with Mastodon? Gotcha. Yeah, I've never done anything with Mastodon. No clue about it. So, yeah, I like this idea. All right, let's just do another get status. Those two things don't matter, so we're good there. We're not going to be adding planning yet. I think we can do without Turbo Cookie at the moment, too. Yeah, our next step, yeah, we wanna port what we've done with Next to Astro. And the reason we used Next previously was because I'm using a thing called MarkDoc for the documentation. It's an MDX competitor, basically. And I believe it's, hold on, by Stripe. Yeah. Like a really, really cool, like, way of, you know, doing, like, interactive MarkDoc stuff. Or, like, you know, let me put it this way. We're using MarkDoc in a couple places. So one place is if I go look at Vexilla, we go to documentation, and we go to, let's say, getting started. And I need to prevent that flash. That's a little annoying, right? But basically... Oh, and you know what? GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket support is in there. So we got more Vexilla stuff to do at some point here. But yeah, so this component right here, this is extremely possible via MarkDoc. So this is a React component embedded into our Markdown, basically, in what I consider a cleaner way than doing it with MDX. And the main thing to remember is that MarkDoc is built for non-developers. If you're a developer, MDX works great. If you're a non-developer, something that's more akin to like shortcode or template syntax is going to be more familiar to like marketing people or people who've ever dealt with WordPress, etc. So yeah, just being able to do like this call out, right? MarkDocs is open source, blah, blah, blah. Like this is a component that is very specifically styled. It's not interactive, but it's like, yeah, you're not having to do like the JSX for it. So it's more akin to Markdown at this point, which is pretty cool. So yeah, developer and writer friendly, right? For both. But when we were first doing this, and I don't know if they've actually updated much. Let's go look at the docs. I believe their integrations, Next.js was the only integration they had at the time. It does look like, yeah, doing it with Next, with raw HTML, or with React, doable. I would love to see a MarkDoc integration for Astro, like, added to these integration guides, which I might just do at some point. No. This is like a custom component I made, but I believe it's fully open source. If you wanted to like steal this idea, go for it. There is a little bit that's tied to like the idea of like reading what someone's selected language is. But yeah, like I'm really proud of this. We selected Elixir. It's Elixir everywhere. Right? We change it back to Rust. It's Rust everywhere. So like the code snippet selection of the language you wanted sticking with you, I think is actually really cool. Yeah, I really like it. And, you know, like just copy paste support, boom. Right, so like, yeah, 100% open source. If you do want to look at the docs, basically, this is the repo. And then if we go to source, we can find that exact component. Right, so codesnippet.astro and codesnippet.tsx. So here's the codesnippet.astro, which is loading our codesnippet.tsx. All right, then we head back and we look at codesnippet.tsx, which is doing some, like, all of the actual logic. And then from there, the other part that's important to recognize is if we go to source, hold on, maybe it's up here at the top. We look at Astro, no, not there. Oh, it's going to be in the markdocs config. So then we look at markdoc config, and that's where we're registering these like Astro components for use, like for actually like being read from the markdoc files. So this is where like the short code is being registered. Right, you define the types, right? Like the props that you take in, like all that stuff. Like really cool. I really like it. Yeah, no worries. Yep. Yeah, I need to create like some content around this. I think this would be some cool content. And I think it would maybe make sense as a Vexilla blog post, but maybe like a YouTube video as well on just my channel. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's always tricky, like, deciding where to segment some of this content. Like, if you look at my personal blog, I haven't blogged in ages, but I actually made 2 or 3 blog posts for, like, other sources, like, more recently. So, like, you know, if we're looking at Vexilla, these 2 blog posts I've made, right, these 3, actually, I'm pretty sure I've made since the last time I made a blog post for myself. So, you know, is what it is. I just need to be more prolific. How about that one? Don't I have that? Yeah, so we got Vexilla, Waltr, and Me Election as current projects. Ooh, and I think... I don't think I remember this not going beyond that boundary. I'm going to want to fix that at some point. My favorite part? Those are just divs. Those are just divs. Just rotated at like varying, like separate intervals or whatever, or like with different offsets. And they do converge eventually. But yeah, it's just divs. Yeah, I'm actually like a huge fan of this. Right? Anyone remember when we were making this? We had like the whirligig like arms of a whirligig going, like the bird one. And then we just like, oh wait, we had a border on it and I was like, oh, the border actually looks good. So then we just added more. We got fancy background animations at home. The animations we got at home. Yeah, touche. Maybe not as good as some of the other cool sites out there, but whatever. Don't you yuck my yum. No, I'm fine. I'm just having fun. I know, right? Like, yeah. No, I think it's cool. Yeah. It's not as nice as it could be, but it's also massively performant. This works, I think, the exact same in Firefox. Not the same can be said for a lot of those other fancy animations. Right? Like, think of a site that has really cool fancy animations. Right? This is fully cross-browser compatible because it's just CSS animations. Meanwhile, like, there's libraries for it, which are kind of cool. But let me just point out, like, here's one of them. Ready or Not? Do I still have that? I think I killed the ReadyOrNot.com. We did. Yeah, but further sell. Apple website's different. Like, they're using images for a lot of that. I don't know if you knew that.
That's what's up.
All right. So yeah, this animation, right? You see it, it looks really cool. I quite like it. I think it's a fantastic animation. But yeah, we go load that up in Firefox, and it sucks. Like, it's at such a slower tick rate. Like, it actually really sucks. So yeah, a lot of those like super fancy animations just don't work well in Firefox and may not work well in other browsers too. What animation? Exactly, right? Ooh, he's trying. Right? Meanwhile, we see this one zooming in the background. It's not even the activated window, and it's still massively faster. Are you ready? Ready or not, here I come. We're gonna find you a raid. It's just super slow-mo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
That's what's up.
Whoa, hold up. Google is killing Chromecast? Why wasn't that on Hacker News this morning? What the hell? Oh, they have a product replacing it? Okay, that makes more sense. That makes way more sense. Okay. So wait, Fabridev, like which animation? Sorry. Oh, how can you Google it? Oh, hold on. FD shared a really cool library that I almost forgot about. Let me just find it. They'll be doing AI in it. I know, surprise, surprise. Investors love this one little trick. But okay, hold on. So yeah, Magic UI.design, I think they have some of those like fancy effecty kind of things. Ooh, the pulsating button, right? Huge. So here's the marquee. All right, let's find some of these. The bento grid. What does that mean? Okay. AI generated tacos sound delicious. No, hold on. Right, like, ooh, the globe animation. You can get a free globe animation right now. This looks exactly like the one that we just saw on Tigress, doesn't it? No, it's a different kind of marquee, right? It's still like the marquee effect. Ooh, I love the fact that it hovers. Yeah. But hold on. No, I think there's a bunch of these. Let's just like double check and find it. Right, so globe we saw. What about orbiting circles? Here you go. Here's another big one. Avatar circles, nah. Icon cloud. Ooh, there you go, right? Ooh, file tree. Oh, nifty. All right. Special effects. Oh, here you go. One of these damn things, right? The animated beam, like, thing going to other people, etc. Right? So I know what you're talking about there, Mr. Fabridev. I totally get it, right? We're not there yet. I'm double checking and seeing what this even has still, because I don't remember, right? Ooh, the border beam, that one's huge. I hope so too, Hoda. I know, you use all of these, and yeah, you're gonna get like a $100 million valuation, right? That's just science. Here you go, meteors. There's an option of it there, right? That's just science. How you doing, Coffee and Coding? Haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, what you up to? Right, so meteors, pretty cool. Right, neon gradient card. It's all glowy and stuff. How about confetti? Oh, it absolutely will there, web developer. Yeah, for sure. And dude, thank you there, Coffee and Coding.
We are in the
Man.
peak of greatness. Copy encoding is a renowned player in
No, if you do use this stuff, at least obeys someone's prefer reduced motion
while
settings.
navigating a physical obstacle
Right?
course. Their greatest
That's totally
strengths
worth
during
it.
the
Prefer
course
reduced
were
motion,
where
and
they
you're good to go.
ingeniously used a drone to complete the physical section, all while flawlessly coding an AI program that predicted the movements of the
Right?
obstacle
Particles.
in real time. They hold the record for the fastest completion of the infamous Matrix Maze, a highlight of their
Cool mode.
career in this futuristic sport.
Hey, dope. Awesome. This one's fun. Oh, I like this one. All right, how about blur fade? Ooh, that was beautiful. Text animations, buttons, backgrounds. So here's another, yeah, the backgrounds thing, right? Animated grid pattern. Retro grid. This one looks a little wonky. Right? Ripple. Right? So background animations is probably what you're looking for, right? The dot pattern thing, sure. A man doesn't need much to be happy. Yeah, ear-to-ear smile just from the bubbles. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Magic UI, pretty damn cool. Not exactly what you're looking for, right? But still worth checking out. But yeah, there was one that we had for React that I forgot the name of. I bet I open sourced it though. Did I not open source that? I don't have a link to where we got this. Oh, that's on me. That's a mistake. Oh, yep, yeah, we ported it from these, I think. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so yeah. This was the one where we got some of these, but they are really not performant. So if we go to demo, right, there's Aurora. That one, right, Swirl. Swirl is pretty good. Ooh, I quite like Swirl. I forgot what we used Swirl for. I know I used it on something. So keep in mind that these are, right, and maybe ambient canvas backgrounds or something is what you want to search by. But also just keep in mind that they don't work great on Firefox. Oh, did I close it already? UI.Aceternity as just like a component library? Because this is a very different thing that we're talking. Oof. And yeah, see, like, these animations just suck in Firefox. So keep that in mind. Ooh, Shift is a fun one. No, it like works in Firefox, but it's very slow. Right? Firefox is throttling some of this stuff in a pretty crazy way. And then, yeah, there's this one. I will say it's a fun process, taking these and porting them over to your framework of choice. That's actually like a really good learning process. So even if you just want to do it for fun, I'd highly recommend it. But yeah, this is maybe like the article you want to look at. So hold on. UI.aceternity.me. Oh, I see a pricing thing for a UI library, and I immediately nope the fuck out. Okay, no. This is for them to create this stuff for you. You can just use what they already have. Okay. So yeah, Aceternity is more like a design studio. That just looked weird. Oh, I think my zoom is messing with some of it. Oh, that one's kind of nifty. I don't like it being like zoom or like scroll based. They also have the meteors though. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, so Aceternity has a bunch of this like really nifty stuff too. Oh, that thing on the side. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, some of these are really cool. Yeah, good call. Hold on. Who recommended this? Who recommended this? Good recommendation. GJ, this was you, right? Yeah. Dude, thank you. So this is the component library, basically. So it's really not focused on, like, the basics, you know? Yeah, no, like, yeah, great recommendation, man. The gradient animation thing, yep. Infinite moving cards. Is this the marquee one that we saw? It is, a little bit. Buying a condo, traveling in a flight, meeting Tyler Durden. He makes soap. We go to a bar, start a fight. We like it. Welcome to Fight Club. That is such a good reference right there. Damn, that is good. I like that one. Ooh, Sparkles is nice. Yeah, some of these are really good. Yeah, that won the internet today. The Fight Club reference? Hell yeah. Sidebar? Ooh, okay. Oh no, that is kind of nice. And it's still like clickable if you're on mobile. That is nice. Ooh, that one was good. Yeah, they have templates as well, but they're paid. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. Lifetime updates. I think it works. I think it makes sense. Like, yeah, good job. Good job to them. Like, actually making money off this. No, that's cool. I like it. I'm gonna have to remember this one too. But more music, obviously. Oh, we haven't listened to this album in a while. All right, so yeah, our next steps for Waltr are to port the docs / like marketing site over to Astro. Because I find that to be a better user experience for myself, only for myself. If you guys prefer Next for documentation sites, go for it. But like the version of Next that we're on is already so ancient that we'd have to like do a massive update anyway. And if I'm going to do a massive update, right, like, let's look at it this way. It's 2 years ago. 2 years ago was Page's router. We'd probably want to refactor to the app router, and that would be a much larger refactor than just switching to Astro. Maybe not necessarily that much larger, but we might as well just do it anyway. Ooh, Vortex? Hold on. Let me look at Vortex here real quick. Oh, they actually have that same wavy swirly background. So they ported it too. I wonder if they have the pipes one as well. So yeah, Mr. Faberdev. Yeah, this might also be what you're looking for. Like, check out Magic UI and Ace Ternity. Ooh, if we click background, right? Ooh, the Aurora, like, background lights thing. Oh, that's nifty. Yeah, so if you just click the background, like, category, then you got a whole bunch of stuff to check out. Yeah, no worries. Nice to view in dark mode? Sure. I'll take your word for it. I'm just having fun. Ooh, the hero highlight one, though. Ooh, yeah, no, that's cool. Man, yeah. Yeah, this is really nifty. I'm glad I saved it. We got it over on the left. I kind of want to make a YouTube video about, like, hey, some cool libraries. If you want to do, like, the fanciness. Actually, hold on. What was it? It was Vortex? Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Hold on, though. I gotta see it in Firefox now, which means I keep closing that window and I shouldn't. Yeah, like I did the one about, like, color stuff. And I could do a new color one, too, at some point. That I think would be good, too. Same problem as the one before it. Dude, Firefox just really doesn't like doing anything on my Mac Mini. That could just be Mac Mini problems for me. Oh, it's even on yours too? This one's not bad. It's still throttled, but it's doable. And I'd say the choppiness is actually on my end. Just my Firefox blowing it. At which point, yeah, I should actually refresh my chat, because I bet it was consuming a lot of RAM. Yeah, we were at a gig of RAM. 1.4. I may have to, like, kill Firefox and, like, bring it back up. Okay, so it's bad on your guys' machines, too, in Firefox? Alright. Damn, we got some code helpers that are definitely chewing stuff up. Oh, we got a Chrome helper that's killing. If I switch over, does that Chrome helper disappear? It does. All right, so backgrounding that tab is worthwhile for sure. Those code helpers are definitely a problem. VS Code, what is you doing? Oh, you know what? Hold on. We gotta kill Vexilla. We killed at least one code helper with that. We still got one that's going wild right now. Double check one thing here. Yep, nothing there. Okay, so let's scaffold out a new Astro project. And we want to do the port of what we got. And I believe our Astro project, or not Astro, sorry, our Next.js project here in web we We got the API, the frequently asked questions, and the posts. We got the components we care about. We got the Mark Doc stuff. Yeah, so this porting process is going to be a bit heavier. We're going to have work to do. Oh, yeah, someone just tagged me on Twitter asking if I know someone from Airbnb. I'm not... Hold on. I'm trying to remember who I know from Airbnb. Nope, not them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stew on that. Yeah, someone tagged me in a tweet, basically. I don't think I know anybody from Airbnb. Not that I can remember. All right, we're gonna call this web-new. Oh, hold on. We're gonna go strip this. But yeah, Archer Zen, how you doing over there on the YouTubes? What you up to? Yeah, that shouldn't have taken so long. I'm wondering what timed out. You're right, it is Comic Mono in the shell. I forgot all about that. You're right, Bystar. I work a day job. Yes, none of my projects have made me any money, but that is the eventual goal, right? Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen. Ask Levels.io how many, like, dead projects he made before he actually made profit on Remote OK and stuff like that, right? For sure. You know, like, look at the guy that made Five Nights at Freddy's. What was the name of the game that he made? Like, Fart Dungeon or something like that? I know Pirate Software, like, made a short or a video about that, right? You know, like the Five Nights at Freddy's guy made some games and people made a joke like, yeah, your 3D models look like possessed animatronics. And then he was like, you're onto something. Maybe Bystar. Honestly, most companies don't actually care about the things I've made here on stream, right? They're still going to test me with, like, the same old BS, like, reverse a linked list kind of junk, even though they can see what I can do live on stream, right? They're not going to put in the effort. They have too many people applying already. So, yeah, you would think that, but nah, man. Yeah, it sucks. Dude, it's the worst. It's really annoying. Hold on, sorry. Okay. You're not sure you're employable in the normal world anymore? You think about it periodically. If you had to go get a job, how would that go for you now? Talented? Nah, man. I bet you're totally good. Like, would you have to put in some work still? Maybe. But I'd be curious what you mean by, like, why you think you're not employable. right, sorry. Just responding to a reply from our CTO about some potential things I could do for a talk. And yeah, seeing how stoked he is on it. I really like pretty much everyone I work with. I like the company I work with. It's really awesome. Right? My immediate boss, really cool dude. Right? The CTO, really cool dude. The CEO, really cool. Like everyone, really cool dudes. Right? And dude is a gender neutral term, right? We're talking like Good Burger rules here, right? I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. So, hold on. Let me read some of these messages. Sorry. Mr. Faberdev, I know you're very junior in front end, but you're doing your own web page. Can you show us how much you have advanced? I would say, hold on, web developer. I would say, Mr. Faberdev, have I? I'll check it out again just to be sure. But Mr. Faberdev, we have a Discord channel in which you can post as well if you want more broad feedback. So yeah, the GBPN, and dude, you have a 4-letter domain name? That might even be worth more than the SAS at this point. Yeah, I would say, like, use the Discord channel too, Mr. Faberdev. I think the slow loading is totally on my end. Yeah, no, this is totally on my end. I've had this same issue. This is just the Mac Mini, like running out of RAM or something. No, GBPN is talented. That's right. Yeah, no, we've looked at this. Yeah, this is solid, man. Get business phone number. Like, yeah, huge. I would say, depending on what you wanted to do, this would either be a great or not so great, like, part of your portfolio. Monthly recurring? Dude, like, talented. Why are you even considering a job at this point? You're fucking set, dude. I'm not sure how much your, like, margin is. But no, this is cool. Hold on, sorry. Alright, sorry. Just, yeah. Stoked. Again, really like the compliment. All right. Part of you wants to interview just to see what's up. Yeah, I mean, you should. For sure, talented. In a lot of the interviews I've done within the past, like, couple years... No, I'm not responding to a DM in Discord right now. I'm responding to a DM in Slack for, like, work stuff. So, totally separate things. Like, I do miss the Discord quite a bit. Like, someone sent me a good morning message this morning, and I didn't respond to it until almost 12 hours later. So that's on me. Sorry, that person. Oops. Oh, yeah, I got... Whatever. In the interviews I was doing recently, within the past year or so, I think some of the best value I've gotten was actually showcasing some of the things I've worked on, right? Like just talking through Vexilla got me through farther into the interview process than I think otherwise would have happened. So yeah, like having something to talk through, like that product you just made, like totally. All right, hold on. We are at 7 p.m. I do have work to do tonight. I do have some cooking I want to do too. I don't think so. Like, you can just simply say, like, no, it's a thing I own that I work on my own time, and it is very much hands-off at this point. Like, you know, I'm not doing anything most of the week because the product runs itself or something. I don't know for sure. I'm saying, like, yeah, you list that as, like, your prior inventions kind of thing, and they have no ownership or whatever for it. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so I think we're at a point where I want to call it for today. I got some video editing to do tonight. Tomorrow is a work day in which I will just be on gaming stream, co-working with y'all, doing way more video editing. And then tomorrow night, I play Baldur's Gate 3 with the crew. And then Thursday, we're going to be back here on this stream. So yeah, Thursday, we, in earnest, start busting out some of this stuff. And yeah, ooh, I'm going to need to update recharts for sure. Over on gaming, no, like, gaming tonight, I've got video editing to do. I'm gonna cook, maybe play a game of Madden, and then I got, like, some screen capture video editing things to do. So, yeah. Maybe talented. I don't know. Like, everything has a lottery factor. That'd be like hearing someone say, like, yeah, I play the lottery. Ooh, yeah, that's a no hire. Like, no one would say that. And startups and entrepreneurial stuff is still the lottery factor, right? Like, everything has to go right for you to leave your job for your startup, you know? That's basically betting on the lottery. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a thing, but again, I am not hiring for people like that. So I have no idea. There is definitely like the opposite of that, where you will not get accepted to Y Combinator for a startup thing without quitting your existing job. They will not take you if you have a current job. And, you know, they would at least like maybe take you, but the stipulation would be you leave your current job. So yeah, that's a bit much. Yeah, I think people with side gigs, they're motivated, you know, and they're always like learning and putting in work. So like, I think that part's fine. But as far as like funding a startup with someone who has a full-time job, yeah, no one does that. And yeah, you can tell if they're not putting in work. And you know what that looks like? Same thing as someone who just doesn't put in the work without a side gig. You know, someone who's overemployed, same thing. At the end of the day, you evaluate the work they put in. Is it what you're paying them for? Ipso facto, like, bam, they're doing their job. I think that is, if there's a company that would not be okay with that, you don't want to work there anyway. You just don't want to work there anyway. The life insurance company I used to work at, yeah, it was a conflict of interest for me to be streaming during business hours. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I was getting my work done. I was in the meetings they needed of me. Right? Like, dude, I was doing all of it. We launched that product on my back. I was like the sole front-end engineer. I built out all that shit. Maintaining a full-time streaming gig. So yeah, like just a bad manager, right? Not someone you want to work for. Exactly, Bystar. That'd be ridiculous. Yeah. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, totally goofy. But there are people out there that just don't have a good brain. You know, that's just on them. But here's the big thing. Who are you going to go raid? Who's streaming right now? Ooh, we see Clonk. We see Evan J. Stern. Travis Roman. Oh, I don't even know who that is. Yeah, who is streaming tonight? There's really not that many. Nikwan Datasci or Coding with Strangers at this point, right? We see Brian the Boy. We haven't raided him before. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Brand new raid, person we haven't raided yet. Let's do it. Let's go say hi. Wait, hold on. I typed that into their chat, not my chat. That could have been way more awkward. No, that's fine, and I appreciate it. No, I think we're good. And hold on, so Yo 5? Blades, what are they making? Oh, they're gaming. Nah, I'm not rating a gaming stream. Yeah, so I'm going to bid farewell to the YouTube and the Algora. Thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you. Cheers. Usually he's working on a Twitch extension? Okay. Yeah, when he is working on that extension, feel free to recommend him again, and we'll check it out. But yeah, we're going to go raid Brian the Boy, who was just in here the other day. I'm going to say farewell to YouTube and Algora.